So this is a new tutorial and I will try to do this complete tutorial in English. It's because class helped me out with this problem. I want to try to build a shop or catalog feature with Seblod, and so I asked in the Seblod forums and he helped me out with pointing me in the right direction. And so I want to give the community something back and make a tutorial from this. I'm not a native speaker in English, so please excuse my word finding problems and my not very nice pronunciation, or how it's called. I'm not very good in English, but I will try, I will do my best. Okay, so what we want to do is building a catalog or shop structure with Seblod. And you can see an example here on my screen, and we have to use a main category with category title, category description, and then you have subcategories with products in there, and you have this subcategory description also. You can compare the to an online shop where you can sell clothes, and then you can click on category women. Then you can see here the main title, women clothes. Then you can see here normally standard text. And then you can see here women's blazer, women's shoes, and so on and so on. But you can see here's the main category and the main category title, and that's we want to do. And before we start, I can say it's not possible to do this with Joomla standard categories. You have to use in both cases the Joomla article feature, and that's what it makes a little bit complicated. And so I will say, if you have a very clear project so that you can say the fields like used in Whykiki shop or Virtuamat or every shop system you can use with Joomla. So if the fields they are in there are enough for you and your customer, so if you only have to fill in a short description, one picture and a title, so I will say it could be easier to use Virtuamat, Whykiki shop or every shop and set them to catalog mode. Every of these shops is able to set them to catalog mode, so you have no checkout, you have no prices, you have no taxes and so on, and so you use this component only as a catalog. So maybe in some cases it would be easier to use one of these components. So an example with Whykiki shop, it's very easy to build your own forms and form fields, so you can customize it with additional fields, and it's nearly the same. It's in Virtuamat, but in Virtuamat I think it's a bit more complicated. But Whykiki shop at itself in the business edition will cost 99 euros. So Seblod is for no cost, it's free. But if you want to build this catalog feature with Seblod, you have to buy at least 2 plugins. You have to buy Seblod Form List PLugin for 20 euros, and you have to buy Select Dynamic Cascade for 30 euros. So in summary, you have to invest 50 euros and you are in the game. So it's less than a half for buying Whykiki shop in business edition. Virtuamat itself is free like Seblod, but here I want to say Octopus and Class and all the others on Seblod are making very nice work, and they giving us this CCK for free. From my point, I use Seblod in 99% of all my of all my websites, and I don't know if I could build websites without Seblod. I don't know what I did years before when I don't know Seblod. So enough singing songs on Octopus. So it's very fair buying these 2 plugins. You can, if you want to do it like I did, you can buy Simon Dowdall's Field Concat for 15 euros also, so then you can give your category titles in back and custom names, but I will show you a little bit later. So when we start here, so I said it's in some cases it would be better and easier to set up this with Hikashop or Virtumat, because these shop systems, they are coming with a perfect working catalog structure. So then you can choose from your menu, please show me a category page or show me a product detail page, but I will click on this link here and show you a detail page on this side. And you can see here we have a title, we have a long description, we have different tabs down below here, we have some colors, we have downloads, we have related products, and we have a slider in here. So with this very special build, it's I think it's better to build this form and this complete structure with Seblod. I said it's very cool using Hikashop if you only must use the fields Hikashop will give you, and if it's not too complicated with special features. You can see here it's jQuery in there, all everything here is mobile and so on. And so I want to have the complete ability to build on my templates, and so I did this complete with Seblod. So let's start in here, and we go in the back, and you can see we have two content types. And as I told at the start of the video, you cannot build this feature on Joomla Categories. The reason is if you want to show a main category with categories in, like here or like here, then you can show the main category and all categories in, but you cannot show all products in. So if you want to do it with Seblod, then you will get your main category and you will get your products, but you wouldn't get your subcategories if you building it with the Joomla category feature. It's a little bit complicated. So what we have to do is at first build a form type, and I call it create product. I call it create category, so that we have a content type based on Joomla articles. As we can click here on one of my fields, you can see it's standard article, and here I have a field. So I will save my new build categories in the Joomla content table. So I click on here content, I will show you, and you can see here I filtered it for my categories, so I will tell you later what to do there. And you can see my products and my categories are saved all together as content. They are not saved in the category table, and that's very important. You have to build your own category feature based on Joomla articles. So that at first I build my category title, my category description, and now we have to select dynamic cascade fields for category level 1, level 2, or a setting if it's a main category, it's a children, or so in this case we can say it's grandparent, parent, children. And so in this case it's then you have a grandparent category, you have a parent category, and children. And for every level you want to build, you have to use a new select dynamic cascade. And what I also am using is the category ID from Joomla, and I use here these SD concat to save my own category title. So, and at this point I'm done saving in the Joomla content table. Normally you would use when you save a Seblod form. In my case, I use the Joomla content table, and normally if it's a product product or something else, I use the article title feature so that I can see my title in here later. So in this case, because we need the select dynamic cascade to get the category titles and make them usable, I save my title in a own column. So you can see it's mapped to the content type create product, and I save it in a own column, and I can show you my table here. And you can see this is my table for the content type create product. It's here spelled in German, create category. It's here spelled in German, Kategorie anlegen. So I renamed it so that it's easier for you to follow my tutorial. And you can see this is the table where I saved all these values in, and it's a little bit comparable to my table from the Joomla categories. So we have the category ID, we have a parent ID, we have a category title, and we have a category description. So what we have not is this level nesting, so we have only one level for parent ID. And what we do, and that's the point, what make us accessible, these different levels of categories, we are building different levels here. And so if we need a deeper structure, so we can build more deeper levels. And so this is what we do here. And for this, we are using our select dynamic cascade. So I click on this first. And you can see if we are building our form for our form type create category, Seblod creates a table, and it's called like I showed you before. And so I saved all this in here. It's I saved my category title in here because with this the select dynamic cascade, I want to access my ID and I want to access my title, and it's very important because I want to show the customer later in this when he wants to set a category like this here. I want to show him the correct names, so that we get the names with the select dynamic cascade from our database. So we have to save our ID. We have to save our title and our description if we want to get it all together in one of these tables. That's the point why I use Simon Dowdle's select dynamic this field concat, because if I save now, if I save a category now without this concat, then I would get not this nice name here from my category. So I would get a timestamp. And it's you would you know it if you did it before. If we have 20 or more categories, it's impossible to know which category it is on based on a timestamp. So I used this title concat to map the fields catalog title, catalog level 1, level 2, and save them in the Joomla standard table. So here I come back to my Joomla standard title. So it's I will show you my categories are not only saved in this table, so it's only a little bit, so they are also saved here. Product Pflastersteinsysteme ID 22. If I switch to my content table, 22, you can see here is my category also saved in a content table from Joomla, but I couldn't access this title from my select dynamic cascade because I want to access all the values from these categories. I hope you get the point. And so I don't save my title like standard. I use the concat field for saving an own custom title in my correct field in the content table. So this is maybe let us call this let's call us an add-on. This is an add-on for my content table. So you can build, you can set these columns at the end of the content table. It would the result would be the same. So it's only the feature is we could use Seblod to make own columns in here, and yeah, so we broke the standard Joomla feature. So that's the point why I use this own custom table here. It would be a little bit easier to have my category values also in this table, but it would result in adding new columns that are not correct in this content table. This content table with Joomla, it's from ID till parent ID and not more. so I don't want to add new columns in here. So we have it in a own table, and in my opinion, it looks very, very clearer. So this values I see in the content table for my category, they are not very relevant. If I look at this, the only value I need from here is the 22, and all other values are stored in my table here, and you get the point. 22 is here also. So this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 values are all I need for my categories. So that's what we did first. Now let's take a look at this cascade. And this cascade, it's a little bit like the normal select dynamic field from Seblod. I hope you know it. With the select dynamic, you can you can choose values from tables in Seblod and show them in a drop down like this here. So at first we are setting the table we want to get the values from, and that's our table for create category. It's the table we are in here with our small categories. Then next we have to set a group identifier, because now the select dynamic cascade is working like if you fill a value in the first field, now you can now the values in the second drop down are based on the values in the first field. So, but you can use more than one cascade on a page, and so this group identifier is very important to know these two select dynamics, they are working together. So next we have to set the behavior on start, so that the system knows this is our first select dynamic cascade field in a row. So you can set at least 2, but you can set 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 as you want to do. So for your first field you have to set start, for your last field you have to set end, and if it's a field between you have to set in between. So the next you have what we have to do is we want to have an options name. That's what the customer sees if he's filling in the form. So we have the options name, and this time we want to use the title. So I fill in here catalogue title. We switch to our database. You can see catalogue title. That's what we want to have. And for our value, we want to have the ID. So if we save this category, then we want to save also this idea, and this is what we want to save. So we have here this select dynamic cascade, and you can see it's saving and create category level 1. So when we save now a category and we're setting this first field, now he gets the ID of Produkte Pflastersteinsysteme. It's ID 22. And if I would save my category now, then in this column he will save, as you can see here, the ID 22. So now at this table you can see we have a main category, Produkt Pflastersteinsysteme. Then we have 3 subcategories, 1, 2, 3. And you can see we have 2 subcategories of this. So we have it nested in 3 levels. We have level 1, these are the grandparents. We have level 2, these are the parents. And we have level 3, these are the children. The reason is, I explained before, is because if we use Joomla then categories, we couldn't access all these levels, and we wouldn't show the right values. So we have to build it on this. So as I told you, if it would be Joomla standard, and if we would say, please show us all categories and subcategories, then we would click Pflastersteinsysteme, he would only show Gestaltungspflaster and Funktionspflaster, but he wouldn't show Pflastersteinsysteme. And that's the problem why we have to use these over 3 levels that we can access over our forms. And you can see now I can this later this part would be hidden, so that we don't show our search form, but we use this search form in backend to trigger our values. And so in this case, now I say, okay, show me my main category Pflastersteinsysteme. And so at this point, he shows the subcategory 23 is the subcategory of 22. And now he shows also 24 and 25, who are subcategories of 23, but also of 22. But what you can see, there's this problem with the message shows there's no result, and this is because in Pflastersteinsysteme in level 23 in this ID there are no products in there. So he says there's no result, but it's not. It's correct, because maybe he thought. He thinks that he should show also some products, but in this category there are no products. At this point, I would set it for with the CSS display none. I don't know if class has an idea how to solve this issue, but it's for me it's no problem. I would say some CSS to show don't show the form and don't show this error message for these pages, because I know it's the correct result what I get here. It's no error because there are no products. It's the correct what I expected. So okay, let's get back to this here, and we have a last aware clause. That means for my first select dynamic cascade, I only want to show the first level. So I only want to show all categories who don't are children or parents. I only want to show grandparents. So I only want to show categories from level 1, because these select dynamic cascade, they are not that comfortable like these Joomla categories in here, like where it's nested and so on. So if I don't set this where clause, I would get all my categories in the first field. That's not what I want to have. So I set this where clause in this first cascade, and I say, please show me only the grandparents. And I did this also for the second cascade. I show you. I set this to end. So I set this group identifier. It's all the same like in cascade 1, but I say this, what is the parent? I say the parent is catalog Ebene 1. So this last field knows it's filled by the values from select dynamic cascade field 1. So you have to map them all together. And here's the where clause that I say, please show me only categories where level 2 is not set. So he wouldn't show me this for categories. I think you get the point why I did this, because now if I didn't set this where clause in here, he would show me all subcategories of all levels. So it's not what I want to have. So it's the right way to do it. So I save this here. Now I will show you this category feature in my content. I click on new and say create category, my content type. So I give a category type. Category title. Oh, it's my phone. So and if I want to set this as main category, I don't make any choosing here, but I choose here this category. I built I built some Joomla categories before. I used the Joomla category feature only for filtering in backend. So I made 2 categories. So this category in German it's called Produktkategorien. In English it means product categories, and this means products. So I have the ability, when I'm in backend, I am able to filter in here what's a category and what's a product. Because I told you before, all my categories and all my products are stored in a content table. And so I'm now able to switch here between categories and products. You can see here. Okay, and for this, so I set this here as a flag. Now, for me, if you set it or not, it's not important for the function at this catalog. It's only important for making it better accessible in the backend. So here I set this as product category, and I save. Now, if I don't make here any and save, now you can see I get a new main category, and you can see it's a main category because the fields in level 2 and level 1 are not filled, so it's a grandparent. So I click on new, say create category, and now here I say category title grandparents, and I say it's a product category. Save and close, and we go to our table, and we see category parent is now mapped to this category. Now it's a children of the grandparents. So it's filled in here. And now we have our levels. And so we need at least, for this structure, we need at least 2 levels of categories. For if you want to make it deeper, so then you can add more select dynamic and you can add more fields in here. And now with Seblod you can access this category and you will get. So in this case, if we go to the start of the video, we can call it maybe category women, maybe, and so or maybe we can call it main category product women, and here comes women. Now women shoes, women blazers. So you need a main category to set this what you can access. Yeah, that's why we cannot use Joomla categories. I hope I can suggest it good in English enough to that you understand it. So you need this main category to access. So you can see here it's a little bit double. Produkte, Pflastersteinsysteme, Pflastersteinsysteme. So I set a category before what I can access to get this category title I need. I hope you understand. And like this, it's also I don't really need the description of grandparents, and I don't need the title. I only need parent and children. But to access title of parent and title of children together and 2 descriptions, we need to build a grandparent feature. We need to build a 3rd level. So that is what we couldn't build with the Joomla categories. So let's take a look at our form type for creating products. So it's a standard form type based on articles. So you can see here article title, article alias. And now you can see here catalogue, product category. That's my select dynamic where I can choose my category. So you can see we are going through our table category anlegen, and here is our category ID. That's our new category table, and we want to access it. We cannot use the Joomla category feature. We use it later for flagging our product as a product, but we have to build now our own category feature. So we access this category table, and we want to have as options name the category title, and we want as options value the ID. And we save it in the Joomla content table. And so now every product is flagged with its correct category. So product, this is the formula, this is the table for the products. As I told before, I don't like it to add columns in the Joomla content table, so I use the Seblod standard feature, adding own tables with this additional columns. And you can see here it's mapped to the content table, and you can see here's saved my category ID. So what I did is accessing the content type what I built before, and I'm saving here this new category ID. And I use also the article category ID feature from Joomla to flagging this as a product. I didn't do here more. It's a very easy formula. You don't have to fill in much value, so it's very easy to build it at first. And that's what we have to do with these two content types. That's the starting feature, and in the next video I will show you how to build the two lists and how to use the Seblod Form List PLugin. And I hope my video will help you. Please let me know in the comments what I can do better, if I should explain some things deeper also on its I told you before, English is not my native language. I hope it's you are able to understand what I said here, and you're able to understand my tutorial. Please let me know if I can do something better. Yes, okay. We will see in the next video.